Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about one of my favorite things in the world, and that is journals. I saw a lot of videos about this topic and I decided to make mine. And I am actually testing out my journal ecosystem for 2026. First, I have to say a little bit of my background with journaling. I've been journaling for years. But this year, I decided that I wanted to divide my journals. I will show you my previous journals over here, and they were sort of this everything journal. That is also a concept, and that worked for me for many years because I only had one notebook and I wrote everything there. Now I feel like it's the right moment for me to try this out, and I really hope that it works. These are my everything journals, not all of them, but the latest ones. This one is the one that I'm currently using, and as you can see, is Harry Potter themed. I love Harry Potter, so of course, this is one of my favorite journals ever. Then the previous one is this one, and I also have another Harry Potter one, which is this one. And these have served as everything journals for the past few years. I don't tend to do one journal per year. I just finish a journal and then start the next one on any month that I'm in. It doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the year. But I do have some journals that are from specific years, like only 2022 or only 2021 or only one specific time in 2021. That sort of thing is what I used to do. I also had a binder with a calendar of memories and pictures. I used to love doing that, and those are precious possessions of mine. But now I decided to try this journal ecosystem and try to divide my thoughts and feelings and everything creative that I'm thinking in different journals and see how I like it. And now I'm going to start with my journal ecosystem for 2026. Basically, I have a lot of notebooks to sort of document my life and only one to organize my life. And I gotta say that I use Notion a lot. So these notebooks also have pages in my Notion and they kind of help each other. So I don't have only an analog system, I also have a digital system. And I think both are important and great for me, and I appreciate both. So the first journal that I have is basically my planner. I got it recently with my sister and I love it. I always wanted to have one of these. And it looks like this, and it's for organizing my life. I have here my weekly to-dos, monthly plan, and trackers and everything. Now I still have to figure that out with this because I have everything in Notion, but that's how I'm going to use this one, and I will just throw away the pages that I don't need anymore because I think that's what works for me. I usually don't keep planners. I used to have a bullet journal also that I don't have anymore because I don't think that I will want to look back on what I had to do on certain days. So that's why that's the only way to organize my life. I also use the calendar on my phone and Notion and reminders. So I don't feel like I need to have more than one planner, and I use it for personal and work related things, and that works perfectly for me. Then the next journal is my diary, and here I write a lot of things. So my current diary is the one that I just showed you, this one, but I have everything here. In my new one, I'm only going to focus on documenting my life basically. And I've got this beautiful journal from one of my friends from camp. It's so beautiful. I had to use it as my diary, and I cannot wait for the year to begin to have this. And in here, basically, what I do is I have a section of like a one line a day memory keeping. And I don't only write one line a day, but I write in bullet points things that happened that day, mostly highlights or good things, but also some things that are not so positive, that are relevant, that happen in my life will go there. And I also use it for diary entries. I also use it as a scrapbook or junk journal. I think for me they are very similar. So basically I can put here movie tickets, stickers, or things like that that are relevant to some memory or something that happened. I also do some drawings. I will show you some here. So something like this, and I also have tickets or something like this. It depends on what's going on in my life. And I also use it to make random lists and bucket lists. For example, now I have like a Christmas bucket list for me and my sister. So everything about documenting my life and just reflecting on it goes on this diary. And I think this is my most important journal because this is the one that I will want to look back on in the future. For sure, I would want to see how I was doing, what was going on in my life, what were my favorite things. And I just love that. I love that so much. The next journal is one that I'm implementing right now because all of this used to be on my personal diary too. But now I am separating it because I think it will be better this way. So I have this, which is also a themed notebook. This is from The Lion King. And I just love it so much because it looks like a VHS. Also on the inside, look at this. It is amazing. And I didn't use it for a lot of years. It's finally time, and I think it was the right time to do it. This is my sort of commonplace creative notebook. And I use it for everything that is creative or that I want to learn or something fandom because I love TV shows, books, and movies, and everything in between. I love talking about characters and favorite scenes, plot twists. And as my channel is about fandom mainly, I will also write my ideas for YouTube videos in here and the things that I want to learn about random creative things and creative process. And I just started using this because I used to have it also on my diary, but now it will be here. And I will also write down what I'm currently watching every few months, my current favorites, but all related to the TV shows and the books and the movies that I'm consuming. So all of that is going to be here, and I'm just so excited. I am also writing an index on this, and I know it's not very pretty. Like, I don't tend to create very pretty spreads, and I don't want to put that pressure on me. Honestly, I don't think that that's the reason why I'm making my journals. It's more for me to put all of my thoughts and feelings and creative outlets on paper. That's basically what I do. And some of the things that I do look pretty, but it's not my main priority that they look stunning or pretty. It's not like that. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how this goes. When I see this notebook full, I think it's going to be very rewarding because it's all about creation and creativity. I'm just very excited for this. This was the right time to use this. I bought it in 2019 and I just used it now. So I'm very excited for this one. The next one is one that I recently got. I'm very excited for it because it's leather and it has my initial on it. I'm just so happy. I love the color. I still haven't used it. As I said, this is my plan for my journal ecosystem. So some of these are still empty, like this one. And in here, I want to write basically the highlights of my life, like the best memories that I want to keep, maybe also manifesting things, and basically have this notebook as something special that I can look when I'm feeling negative about something in life because it will have a lot of positive things about my life. Also, as a gratitude journal, I don't tend to do gratitude journaling every day, and I try to in some of my other journals in my diaries. I used to also do some gratitude, but not very consistently. And this time I just want to have the liberty to write maybe in one page something big that I'm grateful for, and in another, precious memory of mine. And that's it. That's what I want this for. And I actually have another journal that is almost the same size as this that I want to be the next one in case this is full. But I don't think that this is going to be full very easily. Honestly, I think these journals are going to last me quite a long time, most of them, maybe except the diary, but I don't know. I can also write those things in my diary. I will write positive things and positive memories in my diary, but I just want to keep those specific ones, like the most important ones or my favorite ones, in this little pocket notebook and really see it as the highlight of everything good on my diaries. And then the last notebook that I have is one that I will call my brain dump and therapy journal, basically. And this is just any notebook. I just got it because I've been writing these things on pieces of paper from other notebooks that I just had there. This time I got a notebook for it, and it is basically to brain dump anything, any information, and also to write very negative things that I don't want on my diary. Because I noticed over the years that a lot of negative things are still there on my previous everything notebooks, and I don't like seeing them there anymore. Yes, maybe I can write something sort of negative, but when I'm really angry or I just went through a rough time, I don't want to have that as a memory in the place where I will revisit my memories and my beautiful moments with my loved ones. I don't want that. So I decided to put those things like when I'm trying to process my feelings, when I'm doing therapy. Of course, that I will, write what I've learned in my diary or in Notion. I don't know. But the bad feelings when you're writing and you're angry or very sad or depressed, I want them here and then gone. I'm not going to keep this for years to come, but I will keep the rest. And I didn't want to put those very, very negative feelings. I do want to write about them because that helps me a lot. And that's why I also think this will be like a therapy notebook, because I can process better how I'm feeling and what to do with a problem if I write it down. And that's why I want to do it. And I want to try with this new notebook. This is not very relevant on how it looks. And of course, it's not going to be pretty. And I also want to try to do morning pages as a way of meditation. I still haven't had the chance to do it, but I want to do it also here. For now, I'm just going to use it for that. And that's it. That's it for my journal ecosystem for 2026. I am very, very excited for this. I'm going to show you all my journals stacked. Basically, it's going to look like this. And I have 4 journals that will document my life and 1 to organize my life. And I'm very, very happy. I have to say goodbye to my everything journal for this year, though, and that's going to be very, very hard. This was with me since May 2025, and I just love it so much because it brings me so many great memories. I also got one of these bookmarks, and I love them so much. This is Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I also got Alice and the Mad Hatter, and I'm very, very happy with them. I will use one for each journal, so one in my diary, one in my commonplace fandom creative journal, which I don't know how to call. I don't know. So if you have any suggestions, you can leave them in the comments. But for now, I'm calling it the long title because I don't know. So it will be my commonplace fandom creative journal. And maybe one for my brain dump therapy journal. I'm not sure, but at least 2 I'm going to be using all the time. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And please let me know in the comments which journals you're going to use. If you think it's better to have only one everything journal or to divide everything in several journals. Let me know what you think. I really love watching these videos and I hope you enjoyed mine. Thank you so, so much for watching this video and I hope to see you in the next one.